Hey all, here OS Reviews. You're watching our hands-on review of the Echobox Titanium Bluetooth earphones. They're also known as the TI-22BT, and they sell for $100. Now, this is a company that specializes in audiophile grade, so high-res audio certified headphones and earphones, and this is one of their first Bluetooth or wireless models. Now, this is a competitor to brands like One More, which is more well-known right now because they have partnerships with Xiaomi, but this company also has a similar mission of trying to deliver audiophile grade products at more affordable prices to consumers. So here's their website. This is the first time that I'm checking out one of their products, so I'm also curious to see whether the performance will deliver. It seems like they're based out of California, and these are some of their models. You can see most of these are all inline style headphones and earphones because that still gives you the highest resolution, traditionally speaking, with music. So again, this is one of their first wireless models that claims to be the world's first titanium driver earphones, and also comes with Comply foam tips, which are like memory foam, and they fit more snugly into your ears. Again, they sell for $99 on Amazon right now. It's priced a little higher on their website, but again, it's on sale typically for under $100. And otherwise, here are some basic specs. Has 8 hours of battery life, which is about average, and this is the packaging itself. Comes in two colors, black and white. We have the white model here. Frequency range of 20 to 20,000 hertz, 6mm driver, and Bluetooth with aptX, which has lower latency, but it's Bluetooth version 4.1 as opposed to Bluetooth 5.0, which is the latest standard. I kind of wish they would have used that. But anyways, in the packaging here, it says made for music, built for life. So we've got the wireless earbuds themselves wrapped up pretty carefully. Let's remove the plastic here. And we have the inline remote. We'll take a closer look at the design in a moment. We also have access to the product manual, which is documenting kind of all the features, how to clean it, the inline remote control, and also a warranty card. We also have a quick user guide for the Comply foam tips that they're using, and the tips are all contained in a small little pouch that you can use to carry it with you when on the go. We have just some regular silicone tips which are round. We also have the winged tips for sticking into your ears more snugly when performing sports or going to the gym. We also have the Comply tips, and these are from the isolation series, which are trying to block out as much noise as possible through passive noise isolation. Again, these aren't active noise canceling headphones. And how you wear these is basically squeeze them shut, and then you put them into your ears, and they will slowly expand to fill in the grooves of your ears to get a more comfortable fit. This is a micro USB charging cable. All right, so let's take a closer look at the design of the Echobox Titanium Bluetooth earphones first. It does have a pretty typical design and shape as far as wireless earbuds are concerned, very sport-like, and we just have a, again, titanium housing here, which is extremely sturdy and weighty feeling. So these are definitely not light earbuds. In fact, you can definitely feel the heft, but again, it feels quite solid. We have the rubber wing attached by default, in addition to a silicone tip, left and right labels, and then the Echobox logo printed on the plates of the ear tips there. The remote contains a microphone for answering phone calls, works with both iOS and Android, as well as the power on and off button, which is in the center. You can tap on this for a few seconds longer to enter the pairing mode, and there's an LED on the front that will start to flash to indicate that you can kind of start pairing it. We also have the volume controls up and down, which works pretty well. Once paired, the middle button acts as a play-pause key for media, and you can double tap to kind of answer or reject a phone call. Now, one thing I will say is that the remote here is made out of plastic completely, and what looks like metal on the top is still just painted plastic. Since this is a really kind of premium wireless earbuds, I do wish that they would have made the remote out of metal, maybe aluminum as well. There is plenty of attention to detail, such as the Echobox logo printed gently on the silicone tips, in addition to the wire, which is actually made out of a braided material that's more wear resistant. Moving to audio quality and performance, I would say that the sound signature is neutral. So just like other IEMs, it is more tuned for precise and accurate music listening rather than consumer headphones typically having more bass boosted sound. What I mean is if you are, really into EDM music or bass boosted tracks, you will feel a little disappointed because in comparison with the One More triple drivers, I would say the bass on these are definitely not as powerful, even after playing around with the equalizer. lasers. But what you will have is a great amount of detail in the mids and highs that is, extremely precise. And if you're listening to folk music or acoustic music, that's when it really just sounds very impressive. So if you are listening to some high-res audio tracks, maybe in LDAC or encoded in FLAC, you definitely will hear a difference with these compared to cheaper earbuds. There's a ton more nuance that you can tell with the vocals. In addition to the instrumentals, you can almost feel all the layers. It's also very dimensional sounding. So if you are listening to a track that is recorded using multiple microphones, or if you're watching a movie soundtrack, you can definitely hear very precisely and very obviously as objects move around in the space. So as you close your eyes, it's a very immersive experience. I was also a little surprised with the latency because it's really good. For Bluetooth 4.1 earphones, these might be the best I've tested yet, because playing and pausing tracks really quickly in between, I don't really hear any popping, and the sound is synced up completely with the video. So the audio and the video are kind of perfectly in sync, which means watching videos is still very enjoyable. Some final observations. Now, I wouldn't say that they are the cleanest sounding earphones in the world, because at the end of the day, they're still wireless Bluetooth. So if you listen really closely, you can still hear a very faint hiss, a slight buzz in the background. It really doesn't distract from the music that much, especially as you get immersed within the sound, you kind of forget about it, but it's not quite as silent as on regular 3.5mm wired earphones, where you don't get any of that digital noise or distortion in the background at all. So that's pretty much it as far as our hands-on review of the Echobox titanium Bluetooth in-ear headphones. Overall, for the price, I would say they are solid, but they're also not the best value in the world. Sure, they sound really good, especially for vocals. Mids and highs are extremely detailed and precise, and for Bluetooth 4.1 headphones, the latency is also extremely good. But the dilemma is, for most folks that are getting sports headphones for exercise purposes, they aren't going to be listening to music all that super closely, and they would probably prefer something with more volume and more bass. And ironically enough, you can find a lot cheaper headphones for those purposes. But if you are sitting down and listening really closely, then sure, these do pack more clarity than, again, more generic brands that you'll find. However, you will be paying more of a premium price to get that enhanced sound quality. So whether that's worthwhile to you will be, again, up to your personal taste and preferences. For me, it was an interesting introduction to Echobox, and I wasn't left feeling disappointed. I think the construction quality really is top-notch, and the overall sound quality is also pretty good, especially, again, if you're listening to acoustic tracks or vocal tracks, then this is a nice pair of wireless headphones to consider. So you can find out more details in the links down below, but for now, that's been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. That's been the Echobox wireless Bluetooth titanium earbuds.